Hey guys, this is Adam with SeeYouLaterLeaner, and I am here with Kasey Perlinger. We've been together for about 9 months now,
Yeah, I think so.
not quite a year. But one thing that I love about you is you put into the coach client relationship right away when I started working with you. That was one of the things that made me know, beyond you coming in with a great physique, you just really communicate well, and you were active within our community with everyone I've introduced you to. You show up for posing right away. I just knew you would be an excellent client, and here we are 9 months later, and I know you so well based on what you're putting in. And that's something I wish I could promise clients right at the beginning. I think there's that expectation that someone might start off with the relationship we have, but you really have to take time to do that. So thank you for doing that.
It's been an honor, and I feel like we've built into a friendship too that it doesn't always feel comfortable immediately, but I feel like we've built that, and it's a game changer when somebody gets to know you, and the way that you work.
It makes it fun too. And you had been coached before, and I think you've learned that, I really like teaching you guys. Like, it's not just follow a plan. It's, I have a question about this. Well, here's why that is that way. Because this is hard work. And if you don't have trust in the process, it can make it really hard. And I think in the world of AI, there's a lot of coaches. I just did a couple consults today, and their coaches were straight up using like Chat GPT for their macros and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and sending it to the client straight from there. So I have to work even harder to gain people's trust now. And I love that. I love earning your guys' trust because I know it makes the execution follow way better. And, I just love your sense of humor. So you're a comedian, essentially, at the end of the day. I know I'm supposed to categorize you as an influencer, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
your
don't know.
job, is influencing.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what boxes I check, but yeah, I think I would fall into one of those.
But the funny thing is I had worked with you. I realized I had seen you on social media on some like extremely viral posts. So
Yeah.
obviously you've done a few on the plane.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
what's one of your favorite ones that you've, done?
Oh, there was one where I ran through a park. I've done so many. The public pranks are always my favorite.
The weird running.
Yeah.
That's the one that I saw you and I was like, oh my God, I'm working with her like right now.
That's so funny. Yeah, we did one the other day that was a towel where I took a towel and like ripped the towel behind somebody's pants, or just a bunch of people, just a ton of random people in the grocery store. It's just a social experiment. It's like you see that nobody really is caring, in a good way.
How do you get into this? Like, you're naturally funny, so I could imagine that's part of it.
Yeah. I was atmosphering it was a party, and at the time I was like totally doing gig life, where in Las Vegas you can either be like a resident performer where you have a show on the strip, or you can be like a gig performer, which is you're somewhere new, some new casino, some new event every single night, and you work for different agencies. And at the time I had just moved to Vegas, and that's I was living my best gig life, and I didn't even know where I was. I was working as a model that night. I didn't know where I was, and I was like, why are we here? I remember asking like my future manager actually at the time, and she was like, we all work for Facebook. And I was like, Facebook? I was like, Facebook is like for boomers. She's like, yeah, we make crazy videos on the internet, and if you want to, like, I'll get you into it. And I was like, I'll maybe give it a whirl. And yeah, it was just pure ridiculousness, and it was so fun. I loved it.
That's so cool. And on top of that, you do your aerialist as well.
Yeah, I dabble. I'm getting better at it. It's an art form that like I've learned in Vegas. It's so fun because we have like the best circus arts. You know, we have people that come from all over the world, Eastern Europe, with crazy circus backgrounds. And as a dancer, it's really fun because you can kind of easily, you know, mold into these things. But that's been a really fun, just a way to build upper body strength and stretch and use my strength in a new way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Zach came from Awakening, which I found out, you know, that you guys knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
But he put together one of the best posing routines I've ever
Hilarious.
seen. Like he made it fun. He posed well, and he performed outstandingly. And it just makes sense that this would come from like the arts in Las Vegas. And it was so cool to see him put that together and then just realize, you know, I'm still relatively new. I'm 3 years out here, and I really feel like I'm starting to make like wholesome connections with people who are connected in Vegas, and it's made my new city that I live in seem like a little bit smaller now, which feels good because it feels huge when you live here. And then you realize Vegas really isn't as big as you think that it is.
It's so true.
That's really cool. Well, I love that you're using your strength training towards, you know, work and the arts because it's definitely well used. One of our clients, Samantha, she also does aerial work at Sam Nielsen. And she competed at the Las Vegas Natural in the Steve Carr with you. But then she joined our team afterwards. So I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool. I was hoping to meet her. Yeah.
What made you want to compete then with all of this?
So I had lost, it was a fair amount of weight. It was about like 65 pounds. And this maybe is like too ridiculous of a story, but I was working out with somebody at the time who was planning on competing, and she had brought me in as a friend to work out with her. And basically she was like, you know, she told the trainer at the time, like, I don't want to work out with her. You know, I had sent like a group chat like that we were all in because we were all working out together. And he had messaged me separately at the time saying, when would you like to train? And I was like, well, that's weird because that's like a very good friend of mine that had asked me if I could work out with her. And I guess like she had mentioned like I would never be serious about working out, and I would never be, she just didn't want to work out with somebody that wasn't fit.
Okay.
And at the time I had let myself go in a way that was like, I was a big girl, and I kind of wasn't seeing it because I've been a professional dancer for the past decade. So I had a lot of muscle, and it was evenly dispersing. So I've never been like a person that's like had a big gut, or like, you know, like how certain people blow up in a certain way. And it's like, okay, I can't buckle my pants, I'm going to go lose 10 pounds. But like for me, it was just kind of creeping everywhere.
It sneaks up easier that way.
And I was like, I don't like that somebody just told me that I can't do something.
Yeah.
So that kind of started the idea, but it also was just like, let's just see how far I can take it, because I was already kind of looking like a new person, and I was feeling like a new person, and I'm like, why can't I just go it was like a bucket list thing. Like, why can't I just take this all away? And, I've done things that have required discipline in aspects of my life that, I got sober. I've been sober for 6 years, and I know how to restart my life, and I'm
Hmm.
not afraid of it. So I think that was a thing too. Is
That
just
ties in really perfectly. I mean, bodybuilding is hard, but I imagine getting sober is harder,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
especially in this city.
Mhm.
Like most people would have to move from here,
Mhm.
or if they are still here, they're still addicted and,
Mhm.
they're living under the Virgin Hotel,
Yeah.
Tell us about that journey. That's one of the things I definitely wanted to talk about because I think it's amazing. But
Oh,
tell us
thanks.
about your journey becoming sober.
Yeah. So I actually moved to Vegas and got sober, which is so random. Because it was kind of like level hard. If you want to be around a lot of substance, you can move here. But I was working for different nightclubs. I was performing in all kinds of different venues and all kinds of late night dancing till 3 a.m. in nightclubs and events and all kinds of things. And obviously, alcohol is present. But for me, it was just like, it was kind of taking over my life. And um, you just have to get sick of something. Like, you just have to really, I was just sick of it. And I had somebody really close to me. At the time, I was kind of in and out of like trying to get sober. I wasn't like fully committed. Just like with bodybuilding, you kind of have to go all in to make something change.
Hmm.
And at the time, I was like, I'd go a couple weeks and then I'd go back to things. And I was like in and out. And somebody very close to me was like, think about how you've been on stages with, you know, more than 10,000 people. And think about how you've auditioned for, you've done hard things. You've done hard things over and over and over in your life. This is nothing. Like, you can do this too.
Hmm.
And it was like, I think I had like this cycle of like shame with it, where I would be like shaming myself, like, oh no, we messed up again. We messed up. And it was like, if I can like love myself into this transition of getting clean and believing that I can do it, then I'm going to see real change. And that's what stuck was like, I got myself into women's recovery meetings and AA and all kinds of, I just like went full, um, full sobriety mode. And it was nice because it was 2020. So it was like, we had basically where I was before in nightclubs every single day and working around substances. It was kind of this amazing thing because I was able to go to recovery meetings during the day instead of, we were not working, but we were still,
Yeah, it was during COVID.
AA
Yeah.
was still like, we were still having meetings, especially in Vegas. And people, it's crazy because in Vegas, there's such a presence of alcohol and substance that there's also such a presence to offset it of Alcoholics Anonymous and addiction therapy and all kinds of tools because there's, so we have some of the strongest, best recovery programs, in my opinion,
Here
here.
in our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool. They always say alcohol is one of the hardest ones to quit
Mm-hmm.
because it's legal. And, when you go out socially, it is around. And
Mm-hmm.
did you embark in your fitness journey around that time as well?
No.
Okay.
Nope. In fact, like when I quit everything, I think I probably actually gained a lot of weight. Just, I don't know if that was actually connected, but I was working a lot when I got clean. I was like really productive all of
Yeah.
a sudden. And so I was filming and making crazy content, prank videos, and just really dove into work and dove into sobriety because it was COVID and it was, so.
Had to go a different direction and be more productive, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you obviously love what you do, because if that was able to, pull you into recovery, you definitely have a love for making people laugh. And, it's always a pleasure to meet with you at the gym, because when you and Arandi train with me, I just know the moment you walk through those doors, I'm going to be laughing within the next 30 seconds, just based on whatever you say to me or to Fran up front. Because usually he's been there Wednesdays and he's always making you laugh. But it's just, like with Leanne's bands backstage, like I still have that video and was cracking up about that. So she's just a pleasure to be around. You're just going to have to watch more stuff that we do together. But I'm so glad that you found fitness and, being open and honest and telling your story, because I think that's just huge for you, because there's probably so many people who, want to get better and they don't know where to start, but maybe they've always been curious about fitness. I know in the golfing world, a lot of people are addicts at golf because they say when you finally hit a good shot, it's like a high, and you'll only remember that good shot. It makes you want to go out there.
Yeah. You don't remember any of the bad. It's
no. Or you at least forget it on the drive home, because I know Sarah and I have both said we want to quit and we never want to do this again, but somehow we go out every Sunday and end up doing it again. Yeah. So
there's got to be something that is bringing you back. It's got to be fun.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really proud of you for everything you've done and accomplished, and also just so fast in your bodybuilding career. You literally came into the Steve Carr and the high roller, winning your masters and I think you won your open class in the high roller, if I remember correctly. You were second in your open class at the Steve Carr, but it was second to the overall winner. So, I mean, that's amazing for your novice appearance. You really blew everyone away on the stage. I know me and Courtney were really proud of you. Courtney, the posing coach, and the hair cutter.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Thank God for her on that day.
Yeah. If you didn't know, can I tell the story?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So there was this very straight guy's guy, and I don't know his name. He's a lovely guy. That is one of your clients. He's walking by. Anyways, just imagine like a very bodybuilder, manly guy.
It might have been Derek.
I think it might have been.
I think it was Derek.
He looks at me and he's like, yeah, she's going to get disqualified. And I'm like looking at you like, excuse me, you're my coach, help me. Why am I getting disqualified?
Well, I hadn't seen the back of your hair yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adam asked me, like, let's do a quick checkup because I'm about to go on stage. Like, we're maybe T-minus 30.
Like 30, 40 minutes out. Yeah.
And
you had just gotten done with your hair and makeup, so I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah. So I take off my sweats and I've got long blonde extensions in.
Like halfway down her butt long.
Over my glutes, which apparently is not allowed. So we go in and we ask, you're like, oh yeah, you can't do that. Like, you're going to get disqualified.
Yeah. So I went to every corner of that venue to find scissors.
Dude. And
we
then
finally found them.
We went into the makeup and hair room with like and they had scissors, and Adam's like, can we just use your scissors? And they're like, we don't want to be liable for this hair that's about to go on stage. It looks like horrible.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, like you're not liable. We just really want your scissors. Like, we'll cut the hair. We'll make it look bad. Don't worry. We're not going to blame you.
Yeah.
And Yeah, nobody would give us scissors.
Yeah, we
so-
like had to severely talk them in. I feel like I slightly remember just grabbing a pair of scissors
Yeah,
sneakily and
no,
just
like from a
rolling with it.
custodian or something, or backstage.
Backstage, yes. That's right.
The
where the
custodian.
tape was, because the makeup people wouldn't allow us to take their scissors. So I grabbed it. They were taping the boxes on the floor, so I just grabbed that. I didn't even ask. I'm also someone who never doesn't ask for permission, but I'm like, I'm not getting told no on scissors a second time today. I can't. I don't have time for
We
this.
got a lot at
so
stake
I
here.
just grabbed them. So
Oh my God. And then it was just hilarious because we had taken out, I forget, the custodian is like sweeping up the hair as you're like doing my check-in, and there's
my
just
gosh. Yes, and when I was throwing away your hair, someone asked me if they could use the bathroom like I was the custodian,
'Cause
which
he's
was
sweeping up-
hilarious because I'm
he's
sweeping up
the
hair.
up.
And someone goes, "Can I go in here?" And I said, "I don't work here, but yeah."
This is such a disaster. No, this is hilarious. Yeah, but we made it work. And then
We did.
you grabbed somebody's earrings for me. Remember,
That's
literally, you're
right,
looking
yes.
right after that. He's like, "Your earring is missing," and it's like I'm literally getting called on stage, and you're like, you grabbed somebody's earring. Somebody was a hero. I never
Yes.
returned those earrings, by the way. I still have them in my house.
I think I had an extra set, but I think they were in my like I have a show day bag that I keep a extra set in. So yeah, it's all the day in the life of a coach, and this is why I tell people I don't do check-ins on Saturday and Sunday, because usually at some point on Saturday I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off for something. Things
It's
happen,
crazy.
and if I can help use that experience and make it. Luckily you didn't only have me, you had Courtney, so you had like the total dream team, because we probably would have been in trouble had I had to actually snip the hair, but acquiring the scissors, I got it.
Yeah. And shout out to my amazing boyfriend, because that hair was a mess too, even after we cut it. And I remember it was raining outside and he had to like cover me with blankets. I had to rush home and curl my hair, take the extensions out. It was like, oh my God, it's a whole thing. But
it
yeah,
all ended up working out.
I was really grateful. Like the first show too, I just didn't realize like how hands-on you were going to be. Like you and Sarah were there. Like you were there, and
Yeah.
you were backstage with your other clients too. I mean, it was just like until I went on stage, you guys were present, and I feel like that alone. And you just have such a sense of humor. You and Sarah both have like such a zen about you that's so real and so human that it keeps you not in your head.
Makes you not nervous, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a sense of calm. Like something could go wrong, but Adam's going to explain it in such a calm way that I'm not worried anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were like telling me funny stories about something right before I went on stage, and I remember being like, I needed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really needed that.
That's where it comes to like reading your clients and knowing what they need. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes, I haven't known a client long enough to know them real well.
Yeah.
But, like there's definitely, we've got a good dynamic, and I think it was a great success and an amazing show. I'm really excited to get you ready for your next one.
Yeah.
I know your family and friends are coming into town.
Yeah.
But we're going to leave you guys on a little bit of a cliffhanger, because I would love to do some more podcasting with you as we go.
I would love that too.
But I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
been
absolutely.
the biggest blessing being your client, and just going to Strength Culture everything was like headed in different directions, and it's all in the right direction.
Alignment. Yeah. Where can people find you if they want to see some of your funny videos?
Oh, the Kasey show. The Kasey show is here on YouTube.
Okay.
I post a lot, and I'm posting all the time on Facebook. So
Awesome.
You got to get on the Boomer app for that. But yeah.
Okay. We'll put some links in, but it was so good to have you aboard, and we will see you later.
Leaner.